Alright, welcome to another episode of the Cymru Nerd Cave. How are you all? Hope you're doing well. Been a while since I've done any episodes about Masters of the Universe, which is really odd because you'd think I'd be all over that stuff. Generally I am, but it's just been a little while since I've got around to doing any. So let's fix that today and have a look at a very, very old figure, like from 33 years ago. By which I mean let's have a look at Trapjaw. Oh, there we go. That's the stuff. From 1982 technically. I think this is a 1983 one, but yeah, 1982 really. So it's 34 years old. Wow, that's like older than most of the people watching this video, which is kind of scary. Trapjaw. One of the very first He-Man figures released, one of the very first concepts to ever be brought up, and also in the first ever episode of the cartoon series, The Diamond Ray of Disappearance. This guy has been around since the start. Bought him, I'm pretty sure, at Roll Call a couple of years ago. I think he was I either bought him or he was given to me, and I do forget which. I think it could be Dom, my good friend Dom, that actually gave him to me, which is astounding considering the actual condition this guy is in, because let me tell you, these guys generally don't come in good condition after 30 odd years, but he certainly does. Trapjaw, then, he's humanoid and is sort of cyborgy, I guess. It's never really made clear, but yeah, I would imagine he's a cyborg. He's supposed to be an engineering genius and a thug, and Skeletor rescues him from the prison star. Now the story goes that Skeletor rescued him or came across him after him getting out of the prison star or escaping, and Trapjaw challenged Skeletor to a fight. Skeletor smashed his jaw off. Yep, he smashed his jaw off, hence why he now has this little Trapjaw going on. That's kind of gronky at the end of the day. That's kind of violent as fuck, and I do kind of like it. But yeah, Trapjaw, badass. Also loses an arm, which Skeletor apparently is supposed to rip off, because, you know, Skeletor, that's what he does, apparently. And so Trapjaw constructs himself a new arm and a jaw, and basically makes the arm available to interchange, basically. So he doesn't just have to have one arm, he can have a multitude of arms that would be useful to in battle or whatever the hell he does. Fries an egg, probably got a spatula arm somewhere. But yeah, Trapjaw, bit of a badass. Love this figure as well, but more on that in a second. In the show, as I said, Trapjaw he's more of a thug. They don't really play up his engineering genius aspect of his personality. He is more just hired help. He is sort of thuggish. There are a couple of episodes where he comes across robots and he's able to fix them, or he's able to try and make an army of his own, and he does try and eat the cordite to make himself super, but generally he is like Beastman, hired help, lackey, thug, and it's a shame. In the comics he does a bit more. In the Mike I want to say Mike Young, there you go, Mike Young production cartoon, he does a bit more as well. Michael Jackson production, that would have been an interesting cartoon, wouldn't it? Yeah, he does a bit more in other cartoons that he's in, but generally in the Filmation cartoon he was just hired help, voiced of course by Lou Scheimer, who was a bit of a genius himself in a lot of ways. But the figure's what we've come to see. He's very nice, isn't he? If I bring him close, you'll see the lovely detail of his face. It's really nice. For a figure from all that time ago, that's quite a nice figure. Let's get him in focus a bit more. There you go. That's quite a nice figure and quite detailed as well. And in good bloody nick, let's face it. I mean, for a cartoon, for a figure that's quite old, there's a bit of sort of wearing on the top there, where you're supposed to put a line. You could put a line or a piece of string through and he's supposed to swoop in like that. But I've never seen that done. If you move his head, you would think that the mouth would open and close, but it never does with mine. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but you can move it, so I'll get you, He-Man. Yeah, I'm a child. But doesn't he look good? Doesn't he look great? And the colours, I love the green and the red. It works really well. Looks really sort of horror and Halloweeny, and same with his body. He's got the standard He-Man body sort of buck, I think they call it, but the standard He-Man body there. The difference is his arm. That's a different arm made specifically, I think, for Trapjaw. And of course, this arm is cybernetic. It's not organic. He's got his belt, which comes off, but if you do up that, then you've got the standard furry bikini bottom thing, the furkini. And then you've got his legs, which were used from him to Manny Faces to Roboto, I think, used them as well. They were used really well, these legs. But they're used to great effect here because they've got the neon green there and they've got the blue skin. Really nice. And the same on his back, just general standard stuff. What's interesting with him is the arm, though. Now, he has a couple of attachments I've got the Grabby Arm. He's got a hook as well, but I don't have that, sadly. But he's got the Grabby Arm. And he's got the gun, which is actually called a Lasertron. More on that in a second. But the Grabby Arm is exactly what it says it is. It's a Grabby Arm. It can go all the way around. Doesn't grab, but it does in the Classics figure, which we'll look at another time. But you can take it off and you can put it on his belt, which has little loops in it, which you can see there. Pop the loop in the belt, the thing in the belt, and there you go. He's got attachment of his arm. And his laser... Oh, I can't... Oh, it's not going in. Oh, it won't go in. Of course it goes in. It goes in there. And it is a friction port as well. It relies on friction because it is slightly rubbery rather than hard plastic. So it does tend to stay in there unless you really pull it out like so. So it doesn't really tend to drop out, which is good. Of course, me not being able to put it in is a slight pun on the fact that in the cartoon, Trapjaw would always have a bit of trouble trying to get his Lasertron arm in, and then He-Man would always say, "Let me give you a hand," and then basically put it up like that so it folded in on itself, and hilarity ensued. Not really, but anyway, yes, that's his Lasertron arm. That is pretty badass, really. Really badass, I think, the way this guy's put together. I do like Trapjaw a lot, and like I say, really chuffed about the way this guy has come in his condition. Now, his arms do go round, and his other arm does go round as well, which is nice. He has got the standard He-Man pull back and go forward action. And his legs, this is the most amazing thing, the elastic band, because there's an elastic band from there to there to there. And that has actually, it stayed, it snaps back, it's still vital, which is amazing for a figure of this age. Usually the legs are all floppy, but not Trapjaw. He stands up and he stands proud because he's a badass and he knows it. Really good figure. If you can find one in this condition, get it. If you can find one in a slightly crap condition, get it anyway, because Trapjaw is the man. Both myself and James Eatock agree on this. Trapjaw is the man. So try and get hold of him. And like I say, Trapjaw being the man, he's awesome, and you should have a figure of this guy even if you're not a particular He-Man fan. But here you go. I hope you enjoyed the review. I really do hope you did. It's not much to say about He-Man figures. At the end of the day, they were very simple, but they gave us a lot of pleasure as kids. But I do really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you do come back for more. If you'd like to comment, rate or subscribe, please do. My name's Glenn. I'm the Cymru Nerd Cave. Custodian, I suppose you could call it, the curator of the Nerd Cave. I don't know. But anyway, I reside here and will do more of the same very, very soon. Until then, do take care of yourselves and each other, and have a great time whatever you're doing. Bye bye for now.